Hey, in this video, we're doing more live trading on Solana. Nothing in this video is financial advice. We're not financial advisors. The NFT space is incredibly risky, and you could lose all your money. Easy Eats is doing live trading. Last night, he made 2 trades. They both hit. So what a surprise. Easy Eats out here making money. And now we are seeing what sort of trades he is making right now. I'm going to copy trade him personally, not financial advice as usual. Easy, what's going on, bro?
Not much. So let's look at those trades from yesterday. We got in at 145 on the Bear, 265 on the Adventurer, got out of the Adventurer at 56942, and out of the Bear at 24269. So right now we're sitting at a lovely, let's take a look here, 8.2 SOL, holding nothing. So we're up about 3 SOL on yesterday's trade. Supply squeeze played out just like we thought. Someone actually bought my Adventurer and just listed it for 30. So I still sold it a little bit early. Hey, is what it is. I'm never mad about making profit, especially almost a 2x on our first couple trades here. But one thing I wanted to dive into is like right now we're seeing a ton of volume on this Malibu Dolphin Mixer.
Okay.
It's a project that a lot of people were like, dude, it's a derivative. It's honestly kind of bullshit. Dirt cheap play though. So some people are going to say like, oh, you're pumping here. There's a ton of rumors right now flying that, yeah, it's already 0.35. So it was 0.15 when we got rugged the first time. And I'm actually about to buy a couple of these just purely off of the rumors that they have staking going live.
Don't get front
If
run.
they do. Hey, I just got one for 0.39. So I typically, especially if we're live, I'm buying them well over stream here. So 0.4 and 0.39 are the two that I just got. If they get up to like 0.6, I'll probably cut. Like this is a gamble, massive risk, massive reward type play here. They could even go higher if staking goes live just off that supply squeeze. So taking a look, 5% fee's not anything crazy. It is a derivative, so that does have some issues in itself. But even right now, we're seeing a good pump here up through 0.4. And I'm probably going to actually buy a third one. Oh, yeah, front run. Did you grab any of these? Yeah, these
I'm trying right now. I'm trying.
I'm going to grab a laser eye. So I'll even go like third row just because I know people are looking at these and they're dirt cheap. Man, like I said, these were 0.15 this morning. So when you see volume like that and the rumors are staking, we've seen all these other projects just go absolutely crazy off that staking meta. And perfect example is like Solderland Bunnies. So let's actually take a look at those. This was a play that Pio had gotten into. His got swept last night. I'm still holding 5. I still think these can go higher. The game looks very good. A lot of people are really, really bullish on the game itself. So that's typically a good sign when you actually start to look at things like who's going to be playing the game, what's going to be going on. We can even take a look here. So it's like first gamified NFT staking, very similar to Remnants, but Remnants is off chain. So you don't actually stake the NFT. It's like passive almost. You put it up. It's all web browser based. This is fully staking game. They've done a beta launch. People like the project. So, I mean, I know you made off the 3, I think you had like a nice 1, 2, 1, 3 SOL off of it, which is good.
Yep. Yeah, definitely a great play. Thank you, Easy, for putting me onto that one. I bought one of these whales or dolphins at 0.44. I'm trying to snipe another one right now, just getting viciously front run. Do you think 0.44 is way too high?
I got 2 at 0.4, 1 at 0.42. So, I mean, over the hour, we have 173 sales and 0 listings on the top 3. So even if we like open up those listings and start to take a look here, I'm not even seeing those dolphins in the top 10, top 15. They're number 18. So we're seeing yeah, there's just a ton of sales on these things. They're slowing down a little bit here in the 10-minute. There's still 3 sales a minute. It's pretty good, especially for something that a lot of people kind of thought was dead. And it's still moving up now, probably because of the stream. So that's a fun one.
It's not showing up it's not showing up. Oh, here it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a second. So similar to OS, like things just kind of lag on the web browser.
What
If
should
you
I
got that
list it at?
confirmation,
0.69.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, 0.69 times 0.07. Let's see what that fee is going to net you after. You're going to lose 0.04. You make 0.25 on that. That's a great trade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to list it at 0.6969. Let's see what happens.
And some people too are like, why are you scalping like 0.1, 0.2? You do 3 or 4 of those and you're up a full SOL. And that's like, especially on volume, like I just bought 3. If I make 0.3 on each of those, I'm up $100 on this stream. You know?
Exactly. It's a different technique. It's scalping. That's what Solana is about. It's what Solana attracts. it's totally different than Ethereum. It's completely different.
Mhm.
So this is a Solana
Yeah.
show, ladies and gentlemen. I know the Solana people come out. The Solana people show out when Easy Eats is dropping Solana shows. Don't think I don't know. But all you Solana folks, make sure you watch the regular show too. Like, don't just sleep on ETH. Like, make these Solana bags and start exploring ETH a little bit. Think about buying like really good NFTs on ETH and then sitting on them for a couple of months and seeing what happens. Like, if they're really actually good, not random derivative BS, then look at what's happening with some of these ETH NFTs just running. Like, you could have bought World of Women at 0.1 when it first came out, and it went to 10. So, like, you know, just think about that.
Oh, absolutely. I am seeing some of the comments. I've had a lot of people actually reach out about this project too. Another
Shredded
ape kind of
Apes
deriv.
Gym Club,
Yeah,
dude.
so funny, like absolutely funny. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking just for anything staking wise, but this has a huge wall at 3. So for me, like, I'm not going to actively trade this. Anything that's 5-6 deep, I'm not really interested in at the moment. I did want to take a look at Photo Finish again. I did buy some of these at like 8.4. So my entry is not the best. I'm bullish on this long term. There's only going to be 2,500 Gen Zero horses. So I know I'm kind of bringing this back up, but someone just mentioned it. Yeah. So I bought a few of these and a few of the fine fillies yesterday. I don't want to blow the entire 8.2 we have right now from the live trading on this at all. We're at 7 sold right now. Ignore some of the other stuff. I'll clean this wallet up to make it a little bit more focused on these videos. But yeah, so I got 3 of these. Let's take a look at what that floor is right now.
I got 9.5 SOL in this wallet, ready to
Oh, okay.
party.
So we could do some damage. Yeah, we could do some damage with that.
And I think I might have to adjust my price for the miners.
Yeah, are they still dropping?
So someone said, so I'm learning about the mentality of someone that trades SOL 100%, right? What's the floor at on that now?
1.138.
I think I listed at just around there, so I'll probably just like.
I think you were like right here, 1.469.
Okay.
Yeah, they said an event's coming out the 14th, which is tomorrow. I haven't heard much about it, so man, it's just one of those ones. Like, I'm just gonna cut it.
Yeah. All right. We'll figure it out. So real quick, like, you know, I'm learning about the SOL trader mentality. Someone in the audience here said, I'm only here for SOL unless you sort out the gas issues. So people have like told me that like the Solana trader, like hates Ethereum gas. Like,
yes.
No, like is like, no, I will not trade on Ethereum because of gas. Look, Ethereum mainnet is the chain for NFTs. It just is.
Yeah.
And I understand that you hate the idea of a gas fee. But if you buy an NFT that's really, really good when it first comes out on Ethereum and you pay that gas fee that you hate, I get that you hate the gas fee. I understand that. And then that NFT 15x's from there over the next 2 months. Wasn't it worth it to pay the gas fee? Like, I just have to ask, like, wasn't it worth it when the MFers go from 0.08 to 2.5 Ethereum? So in other words, you invested like $200 or $220, including the gas fee. That's the total cost. And then you can sell the thing for $7,000. Isn't that worth it? So that's the question I want to ask to the Solana traders. But hey, this is a Solana stream. Let's go, baby. I got 9.5 SOL to deploy, and I'm going to floor that miner right now. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you bring that up because like all the jokes too are like, if someone does try to dabble in some form of like ETH project, it's like they always complain about that gas. They light it up. It's like, this is ridiculous. Like, what the hell am I doing paying $200 for this? But yeah, your point too. It's like,
yeah, don't buy degen plays on ETH, right? So basically, from what I can tell, everything on Solana is a degen play,
yes,
except for
absolutely.
Except for some of the really good things like Boryaku's and Solana Monkey Business, the Flag Monkeys, the shadowy super coders. Like, those to me stand out on Sol. But a lot of this stuff is like degen shit. Go on Ethereum and buy something really good like Link's DAO when it first comes out. When it first comes out, not now. When it first came out, buy Link's DAO. Like, buy Wonder Pals when it comes out later this month if you can get it for a good price. But anyway, back to the Solana show. I don't want to piss everybody off here.
You're gonna make all the viewers leave just because you're talking ETH. Yeah. So we are seeing a slight pullback on these too. So we are getting some listings here, about 100. So we may have topped. This may be a degen play. It's cheap, so I don't mind even sitting on these for like the rest of the day. Because if that rumor does end up being true, staking goes live.
We topped on the Dolphins.
We might have. So we are seeing some listings increase here. That's how quick it is. Like literally, that's how quick it is. We're back to 0.48. So you and me are still in the money. 0.49, some buys happening, but the 5 wall is thick at this point. It's like 25, 30 deep. And now they're spiking in listings. So it seems like a lot of people may have just woken up, seen the Dolphins pumping. Like I said, 0.15 this morning. These are already 4x. We were buying a little bit high on it. I'm not too mad about the buy still. If staking's live, they'll most likely trade around 1. We've seen basically every other NFT staking play get towards 1 at one point, and these haven't. So it is a derivative. Like I said, high risk, high reward type swing here. That's why I didn't put a full soul in the trade. That's why you only grabbed like 1. The whole idea is just to get some exposure. I've talked about it a lot, like shotgun approach. You want to just try to get some of these, especially when the winners outweigh. Especially we saw with those lazy bears, like those still are up towards 3 soul. That's a 1.5 soul trade. This trade is basically fully in profit. So that's how I kind of go about thinking about it too. Like I'm not just blindly buying everything that I see volume on. Some of the stuff it's rumors. Some of the stuff is an actual announcement. Like the bunnies have finally caught that pump that we've been talking about for 2 weeks now.
Yep.
Seeing that is great because yeah, it's just when you start to see the trend in the market, it's like that game's going to come out. People are going to stake. People are going to buy the rares. They've still been buying the rares over floor, which that's a bullish sign on any blockchain, in my opinion, is if the floor is holding, which it held 1.5 really well. From there, it ended up getting a lot of buys much higher than the floor, which shows people have conviction that those are going to go up as well and most likely go up higher. So even looking now, we have sales at 4, 3, 3.2, 3.2, floors at 2.8. That's because the game incentivizes rare rabbits and bunnies or whatever. If you stake a rare one, you get better rewards. So it's kind of a nice value add to the project to make it so that even the floor is going to make it worth buying potentially over that floor. I know a few people I've talked with here have been so bullish on these and literally buying the whole way down. I got in at like 0.16, 0.17, still holding all 5. So happy about that.
Yeah, when you're really bullish and you think something's legit, you got to buy the whole way down. That's how you make money.
Yep. So if you have conviction, it's like just trading. Oops, did I mean to go to that? Just having that conviction and actually sticking to it.
We're looking at our Dolphins here. What's going on with our
Dolphins?
Dolphins?
Yeah, because I'm trying to scalp these too. So I don't know what I want to do if they're topping here. We saw that hold 2 at like 0.3. So I don't know. I'm just going to leave them. Let's take a look at some volume.
Sure.
I don't feel like chasing them too much. That's the thing. Because it's like we could probably end up losing like 0.12 if we sell these at like 0.36 and take a slight loss. It's $12. I'm not too mad about making a live trade and losing $12, you know?
Especially when we made 1.2 soul, you know, from the soul dueling buddies.
So that's a nice little flip. These got a lot of volume yesterday. Oh, this is actually a trade I might want to take a look at. So Yaku Corp is a project that's releasing on Fractal Market, and they just released their. Let me see if I can get onto the Fractal real quick. So this is a project that got some decent attention from Fractal, which is a new marketplace for gaming. And right now, what this project is doing is they're releasing these like bikes. So your bike gets a character, metaverse style. It looks like the pods, similar to Artifact. So right now they're releasing their motors. The motors get you a whitelist spot to get your character. Your character gets you a whitelist spot to get your pod or your house. They did release the whitelist tokens for these. It's on Fractal Market, so that's the first of its kind as far as I know that's been releasing on there. Kind of a big upcoming marketplace. A lot of people are excited to try it out and see what's actually going to go on with that. So even taking a look at Fractal here, this is something I never even took a look at it before. So when I first heard about this project, I dove into it, really tried to figure out what was going on. Seeing a new marketplace, seeing some hype on it, releases in a day in 14 hours. It's got me a little bit interested and kind of excited to see where this goes. But the big thing for me on that is I want to look more at where can I get value out of this right now. So I'm looking at something like the famous Fox Federation tokens, those tokens being a whitelist opportunity. So being able to buy those, they're relatively cheap right now. So if we actually go and take a look, let me copy that over at famous Fox Federation. And we take a look at that sales history here. That 4HY is their whitelist guaranteed mint token. So it's trading at a 289 floor. We saw it last night get up to a 4 floor. What I've also found is like in the mornings, like right around that 8 to 10 a.m. range, a lot of projects are actually cheaper because a lot of that volume and liquidity moves away. So right around now, we start to see pickups again. These got all the way down to a 2.2 this morning where I saw them. So they've since been getting buys 258, 249. We're also seeing what they're called a controlled public mint. So you have to have a token, but there's more tokens than available NFTs. So it basically limits like botting to an extent because you have to own a token. They're calling it controlled public. Those are going for 0.31. And even now, still right around that 0.3 mark. So there, in my opinion, there's two plays here. I think that guaranteed whitelist, that 4HY3 token, due to similar mechanics here, like I almost always try to trade a supply squeeze. You can see how thin that floor is, 2.9 up to a 3.2. I did enter 3 of these yesterday. I'll buy another one here right now for 2.9. I do like this play. This is on Famous Fox Federation. So this is a token market. So if you go here, I just sent it to you in the chat, and then type in 4HY into the search. That's a token address. So you want to make sure that you get that from the Discord of the project. So I did get that from the Discord last night. We can also see people buying that token still. There's my buy at 2.9. There's another buy right after at 2.99. So these are already back up towards 3, which for me is great value here, especially as we get closer to mint. That mint is in another day, in like 12 hours, I think is what it said. So having that run up, I think going right into mint, there's a very good chance these keep going higher. But the other thing I kind of think that might happen here is taking a look at some of this stuff. We got to also understand that more people are going to want this as it gets closer. And with Famous Fox Federation, there's only a 2% fee. So the likelihood for you to make a slightly larger return off that is pretty high, to be honest. Especially on a supply squeeze, into mint, all that fun stuff that typically happens that we've seen, especially on the SOL market.
Yeah, I'm not going to personally buy this because I can't, have to call you for when I need to sell it. Like I need to be able to list these things, but
well, you can list it right away too. So that's the other thing.
You can?
Like we could yeah. So like you can go to my listings and actually list tokens. So if I go in here and type in 4HY or whatever it is, 4H. Let me find the token. But yeah, you can actually list these right away. So like you could even list it at like 3.4 at a 2% fee. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. And I saw you doing math here. I'm going to give you a little value add here because I know how to do math. So what you want to do is if you want to figure out how much it's going to be after fees, you take the price and you multiply it by, if it's a 2% fee, multiply it by 0.98 to figure out what you're going to make. Like I saw you, are you frozen? Okay, yeah. But you were doing it the other way. You were doing like, multiplying it by 0.07 or whatever instead of 0.93. You know what I'm talking about? A little math lesson for you Solana scholars out here.
I don't know why my token's not showing up here. So I got to figure out what's going on with that. It might just take a moment to register. That's the thing, though. I want to relist this. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I went to Famous Fox Federation. I went to search. I typed in 4HY. There's a bunch of tokens with 4HY.
So it should, if they all have that same token address, that's the one that you want to be trading.
Okay, I guess that it is identical. So one is at 2.99, one's at 3, there's like a wallet, or there's a few at 3. What did you buy at?
2.9. So near here, not far at all.
So if I buy this 2.99, okay. Failed to buy token. Someone front run me.
Someone bought it. Yeah, I would just wait it out now. Probably not the best buy. Because I'm gonna probably try to throw it to like get rid of this at like 3.3, 3.4. Just make it quick, like 0.2, 0.3. Really just try to scalp that. I'm not looking to hit like a home run on that. I think there's still a lot of time. We probably could swing it a little bit further into mint to get a potentially higher return. But for me, like I said, it's something I'm just looking to scalp. Yeah, these Dolphins are now kind of pushing back. So let's dive back into a Dolphin trade.
Are you gonna cut?
1.33. I don't know yet.
You gonna
realistically
add?
That's the thing. I might buy one more just to average down. A lot of people bought that rumor, and it is slowing down. Like seeing one sale a minute here. This might not pump again unless it gets like a nice kick up from actually staking going live. So I think I might just sit on my. I don't know. I'm buying this zombie. No, it's 3.9. So that's too close to 0.4. So I'm all over the place right now because I still feel like if staking goes live, these are going to get a nice kick up. And that's the tough part. Like, do I want to miss out on that? But my exposure is still low. So I'm just going to wait on it.
Okay. What's going on with the Coachella NFT from FTX?
Yeah, so it did just get listed on Magic Eden as well. So the $60 ones are at 84. Haven't seen any volume on these. So it looks like those are still struggling. from any kind of perspective there. The Desert Revelations ones, which were 160, are selling at 400. You can sell them on FTX. There's multiple sales for $700-800. It's gotten a little bit quiet, especially because just recently we had the sell-off of the keys. So those finally sold, just concluded selling. I'm a little bit interested in that, to be honest, to see what those final values were. Yeah, here we go. I just got that link. So let's take a look at this. Those Coachella keys. Yeah, so they definitely went for a pretty good value here. We got 100K on one of 110K, 200K, 500K. And these are I think the resales at the moment. Yeah, so that's all the resales right now. Somebody actually bid 110 grand on one of them. So these all sold out. Yeah, 1.4 million on sales, 10 NFTs total. So they did very well. This was if you had the money, I guess this was a play, but they gave you lifetime guaranteed access to it. I'm a huge fan of what FTX did with this. It kind of just gives that overlap to like real world and actual utility in real life with an NFT. So I mean, I'm excited to see what keeps happening with, especially because you could buy these with a credit card too. So it's like it's a whole new market that they're tapping into.
For sure. And for ladies and gentlemen to know is that we are sponsored by FTX. So just to kind of go into a couple details, if you want to pull up FTX again, easy, you can buy NFTs on FTX. The Stephen Curry NFT dropped on there. Obviously, the Coachella one dropped, and you're going to see more of these kind of like high profile drops happening on FTX. You're a user of the FTX platform, right, Easy?
Yeah. So I use FTX as well. I'm a fan of it. Some people tend to hesitate, I guess, for it. It is largely Solana based. So, I mean, that's what I prefer about the whole thing. They have a large hand in Sol, which is great. Huge fan of SBF on top of it too. So that never hurts. I like his trading style, but I love this. Like they have ETH and Sol NFTs in a singular marketplace. It's nice to kind of get that cross comparison. Especially if you can find some arbitrage opportunities. Because if you even look with like that real-time insights from Shy Guardian, there's some great opportunities on FTX. And if you need to get the funds on quickly, with the credit card and everything else, it's like almost instant. Being able to get a hold of NFTs, like I've purchased a few from it just to try to get in early. The Steph Curry one, I couldn't get Sol onto it, so I just threw a credit card on and ended up buying it with USDC. It's a huge time saver, and I move a lot of the funds back and forth through it. So probably my platform of choice when it comes to just getting onboarded and offboarded with crypto.
And I was going to say, have you done any like leverage trading or anything like that on there for actual crypto?
Yeah. So I have done some leverage trading with Solana on FTX. That's always fun. It's wicked risky, but it's just a nice platform. It's all in one. So like everything from stocks to crypto to NFTs in one location. I like the portfolio features too. So just being able to track it all in one spot is nice because I mean, I have a million wallets at this point. So looking all over the place, it tends to be tough. Just being able to kind of couple those things streamlines a lot of that. It lets me only have to go to one website and that just saves me time. So, I mean, I'm a fan.
Yeah, and for all you gas haters, it's gasless transactions on there. So I don't want to hear you crying when you're trading on FTX because there's no gas there. And last but not least, just make sure if you want to sign up for FTX, go to thenifty.com/FTX and make one transaction because we're trying to get SBF on the show. And the more of you that do that, the more likely it'll be that SBF comes on the show. So check out FTX. I'm going to put it in the pinned comment with our link. Click on our link, go there. Sign up, make a transaction. We'll appreciate it. And you'll be doing good for yourself because it's a dope platform. All right, so back to your degen trading. Go ahead. And people in the chat, I don't know if my chat is rugged. I feel like I don't see any
I was wondering the same thing. I couldn't see any new chat. I don't know if it's completely rugged.
I think it must be rugged because I don't believe that people aren't shilling projects in that chat right now. So, yeah. Sorry if we can't see the chat right now. So, yeah. So where are we at with our Malibu Dolphins?
We should have bought that dip. We're catching buys back up to 0.4. We should have bought that dip. It's small trade, so it's even wicked thin now, up to 0.47. So, I mean, that's all good things to see. I know we're going back and forth. It's something we bought. Listing's still kind of plateauing here. I don't know what these are. Saint Demon? Oh, hell no. I'm not buying this.
Why?
I don't know what this project is. These are crazy, though. I've never heard of it. It's an 888, though. Oh, man. So that's a low supply. Gives a good opportunity for kind of some supply squeeze stuff. I know I say that word a lot, but it's really how I trade. Like thin floors, high liquidity. It just tends to push things up really fast so you can get quick entries and exits. People still are buying these. I don't know what this project is though. So they mentioned a token, extensive utility, 100% of royalties back to the community, staking, metaverse. They just hit every single buzzword. Breeding mechanics. Like this is literally just like a copy paste of Solana buzzwords.
Well, any NFT buzzwords, it sounds like, but especially Solana.
Let's take a look though, because if this keeps moving, this might be interesting. So they're still moving.
It's moving.
That's the thing. I know. What's the
The
fee on
art's
these?
not terrible.
No, only 5% fee. Man, am I about to buy one of these dumb things? So 12 sales in 10 minutes, about a sale a minute.
What kind of research do you do? Do you go on Twitter and research it?
Yeah, so it really depends. Like they do link the socials here. So like if we copy the link address and take a look, they do link all of that stuff. So let me actually take a look here and see what they got. Yeah, so they have a floor sweep contest going on. That's
get
what
out
it
of
is.
here. Get out of here.
Yeah, so first place wins 5 souls, second place wins 3 NFT airdrops. So this is just like
Artificial buys.
prime to just get absolutely dumped right after this. So it's someone's just buying these to get whatever, a quick little kick up, I guess. It's ugly. I don't know. I'm not trading this. This is not what I want to do. But to your point, like that's a great call out. I almost bought one of these until I went to their Twitter and was like, hold up. This is what the announcement is. Like, we're just going to sweep the floor. Sick. Like, real bullish on that, I guess. But as soon as that contest is over, they're just going to dump. And second place gets 3 free ones. They're just going to undercut for free liquidity. Yeah, I don't know. Still, it's gone up about 0.05 since we started looking at it.
Yeah, I'm not into, like, I don't want to buy into an artificial floor sweep
you're just
pump.
chasing.
You know, that's not for me. If it, I would love to just ape into like a quality Solana project. It seems like all the quality Solana projects end up running to 10 SOL immediately, you know?
This is the one that I've been struggling with the most to buy. I want to. They have great trading tools. The team and kind of people who hold these are huge fans. I don't hold any one of these. They just had their secondary drop, which was called the like Money Diamonds or something. You got a free one if you owned one of these. They're releasing Solana Money Girls shortly after for holding 2 of these. So we're starting to see like those companion drops happening, much like ETH has cool pets and all the other stuff going on. We're now seeing a lot of that too. So this is one though, their tool set is all trading focused. Gives you portfolio tracker, gives you value adds, gives you like, here's what volume's moving on what projects, here's the floor change. They've got some really clean like visuals for it too. So I mean, looking quality wise, I do think this is going to be the next project that pushes up and over 10. I did do a video on these and DGods. We saw DGods at 8.6. So they're sitting at 12.3 now. Once again, I didn't buy one because I keep refusing to buy things that I share because I don't know why. I'd fade myself. They're up 4.5 SOL, which is great.
Damn.
They just had staking kickoff for their token Dust. So this project just looks good. Like that's the thing. It just looks really good. Literally the community is like a cult. I feel like they're so adamant about the project. Yeah, they rarely ever talk about the floor. And my favorite thing was they had this thing called the bitch tax, where if you sold it, sell it under what you paid for it, you get a 33% royalty. They did just remove that so that it could get listed on Magic Eden. They had to have that in place just so that it could like properly hit the fee. Yeah, but I guess really right now, I mean, looking kind of longer term, those bunnies could still be good with the game coming out. The tough part is you just cut, and I have like a very hard, like no double dipping rule. If I exit a project, I don't chase another pump on it. I get burned so many times doing that I've like banned myself.
It sounds like a terrible rule. I'm surprised you have that rule. I would think that you wouldn't have that because you're such a sophisticated trader.
But I just keep getting burned on it. Like I keep doing dumb stuff with it. I see a pump and I don't justify why I'm buying back in. It's actually why I didn't buy back in on these Dolphins. And we've now seen that kick back down to like 0.35. So even this, like realistically right now, could be a good opportunity to cut for a small loss. Since I only put 0.6 in, I'm just going to sit on them. They get staking going live. It's going to move. Looking at these Mile High Ape Club, this was a project that minted yesterday at a 2 or 2.5 SOL floor, which was crazy for a mint cost. Like that's still high, even with SOL under 100.
And how many they supply?
6,200. So that's kind of a lot.
Shit. So wait, how much? All right. So 6,200, excuse me, times 2.5 SOL. And what's SOL? $100?
It's like 95.
almost 1.5 million. That's a
Yeah.
legit Solana primary sale. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's still holding over mint cost. So I did see a couple bigger sales yesterday up towards like 4 or 5 floor. So that's pretty impressive to me, seeing a 2x on something that's got 6,200 at a high mint cost. I didn't do any real research on this project. I just had a lot of people reach out and ask my thoughts. And I told them pretty straight up, just like, I don't know enough, don't have an opinion. That's typically the response if I don't look into a project, I don't have time to. But it looks like this was a winner. I mean, 3 Sol, what's the fee on it? 10%. So even right now, you're making 0.2 after mint. Earlier, you had made like 1.3 if you sold at the peak at like 5. Yeah, so that's a nice trade. I just don't know enough about it, sadly.
Okay, Mile High Ape Club. Yeah, I mean, you can't research everything, especially like again with Solana. I'm not trying to be offensive, but it's like a lot of degen shit. It just is. Like when I look at this compared to some of the stuff that comes out on Ethereum, it is pretty gnarly. So, okay, so you're using the Shy Guardians tool right now. Shout out to
Yeah.
Shy Guardians. Just looking for more volume out there, right?
Yeah, and we still keep seeing steady 2 buys every minute on the Dolphins. Listings still going down. We're actually seeing listings on that Mile High Ape Club kick up here, so that's probably why it's lowering from that 5. Bunny's still at 3. I guess that floor sweep is working for them. They've had 15 sales in 10 minutes.
Well, that sounds exactly right. It's working for 10 minutes. We'll see if
Yeah,
it works
exactly.
for 200 minutes,
Yeah, absolutely. So one project too that's actually kind of coming back from the dead here. I guess a team took it over. Old Souls. This was down. So the Nifty Discord aped these. Like I'm talking, bought like 100 of them across the Discord. They were scalp trading these. This was a project that had a lot of hype. They did like a private Discord invite stuff. Out of the gate, kicked off like a point. I think it was 0.7. I may be wrong there, but 1,888 collection supply. They pumped like 2 Sol, then dipped all the way down to 0.19. They said it's only an art project. All this other stuff that was going on with it. And then the team just had no announcements, no updates. And then all of a sudden the team was like, yeah, we're handing it over. And this new team now has a plan, I guess. So it's done a 6x. It's at 1.2. We are seeing some good buys here. It's steady buying. It's not really hitting many of the tracking stuff that I use, but when I'm seeing a lot of Discords talking about this project is coming back, it makes me a little bit more bullish on it. So I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen with it. If they actually kind of release some things here. Yeah, and this is already up to 1.27 since talking about it. So it's even still moving while we're talking about it now. 1.3 is a little thick, but after that, it's pretty clear, to be honest, up to 1.5. I think the fee on these is 10% though. Oh, it's only 5, so that means that they've updated these as well. Oh man, yeah, I might get one of these. This is basically a bet on the new team getting something going for it. Like I said though, the Discord's pretty good, pretty solid at the moment, and I like to see a lot of people talking about projects. That's a bullish sign in itself. I'm frequently across multiple Discords looking into things, trying to get information. Yeah, I'm gonna grab one. So
Old Souls.
I'm gonna I took a flyer on it at 1.29, maybe a little bit of a high entry. There's 227 listed. So I typically look for like a 10 to 20% ratio is what I call it. At 10%, I think we found a top, and I'm normally selling at that because it's like a blow off top feeling. At 20%, it's normally that bottom. So I would be hoping for like 360 listed here. 180 would be a top. So we might be kind of in that middle chop zone. This is where I'll take a flyer if I feel some form of conviction and either average down. If I see those listings hold and just undercutters stepping in that are already having it listed and just lowering their price. So there's a couple things I keep looking for, but this is a project, in my opinion, that I'm taking a relatively light flyer, and yeah, they're flying now up to 1.3. So
I just bought
probably
one
the
at
stream.
1.29.
Let's go. I like that. Yeah, and they're still moving 135 here. So even if we want to take a look at it, 7% total. So 2% marketplace, 5% for artist. So that's like the standard. On Sol, 5% is like the out of the box contract standard. You can get up to like 10%. There's a few projects at 15, but because there's no gas, people are so much more willing to trade high fees and all kinds of other stuff.
Should I list it at 1.869?
Yes. Yes. Or even like 1.6942. Like that still nets you 0.2. So
Let's
quick
go.
little trade, playing into that pump. They're already 1.4. You could honestly get away with that 1.8 in my opinion. Yeah, you could list it at 1.86.
Should I
That floor is
buy
not that
more
deep.
and list those at 1.86?
I wouldn't. Like I said, we're betting on a new team here that we don't know enough about. So I
What
like
did
the
we
light
just buy
flyer.
at? 1.39 or
1.2, 1.29.
We just bought at 1.29. The floor is 1.5.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I got mine
Damn.
for Old Souls
Everyone
1.29.
watching this is buying it right now. I see you D-gens going hard right now. I see you
Yeah. So they
all.
flew.
Yeah, it's reflected in the sales volume. Get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so that's like I'm just creating money right now. There's 100. I think there's probably 100% probability.
These are back up.
Oh yeah,
We're doing well. Should have bought that dip. We should
yeah.
have
That's
bought a
what I was
dip. I
saying,
know. I
man. That's what I was
was sitting
saying.
there. You were so right. I was kicking myself because I'm like, this is a degen play. Like Old Souls is less degen because you're betting on a new team to correct it
Right.
and just basically copy whatever other successful projects are. I'm sure Old Souls will have a token in staking like every other project. It's just a pump right now. It's the meta. When you get staking, if there's any form of LP, I do not stake on any blockchain. I don't do it. I don't stake my NFTs. I'm all set. I get my passive from the Boryoku. Everything else, I'm like, I'm good on staking. I'll sell into the supply squeeze.
Yeah, I mean, there was a crazy supply squeeze on Mecha Apes on Ethereum, and it's like that win was crazy. The floor got up to like 1.6 ETH. The min cost was 0.06. I was busy staked. I couldn't take advantage.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, and not to kind of divert over to ETH too much, but like we're seeing it with that project I was telling you about earlier, like non something aliens or whatever it is, NASA for short.
Yep.
When you click the thing, it defaults to 60 days locked. So it's almost like they're
No.
tricking the people. So if you're
Yeah.
clicking fast to just go through and get them staked quickly, if you whatever the default is, you're locked for 60 days. So it caused a massive supply squeeze. And I'm still holding one. I've sold two to basically cover my cost. That's like my favorite setup is that staking with a lock staking period. Like Cops Game is another good example. Wolf Game was a good example. You had to basically leave them staked for 48 hours. So you could play that day one supply squeeze and re-enter when people unstake and dump to try to get their money back.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that it worked like a charm in the one that I'm talking about. So, all right. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about Old Souls, feeling pretty good about the whales
Our
is
Dolphin degen play.
yeah, the Dolphin degen play. The Old Souls is nice. I think that one's a legit play because that's crazy volume. That art doesn't look bad. You got the narrative of the new team that actually gives a shit. I think it might work.
And that's the interesting thing. Like we could see some good volume on it. Buys have slowed down, so it wouldn't shock me if it pulled back to like the 1-4 region here. But if this team is new, if they are legit, it's going to be wicked interesting to see how it plays out. If they say the word staking and token, these go 2+ in my opinion. And that's what we're looking for. I'm not here to just keep hitting like grand slams. Like these trades add up. A 0.5, a 0.4, a 0.3, a 0.6. They add up so quickly, especially with Sol, that right there you're now up 2 Sol, you know? So on a 5 Sol wallet, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just gonna say, especially when you buy like 6. Like I just bought 1. I bought 3 of the degen bunnies. They all sold. So basically, you're just banking on the fact that you're right, and then if you take a big enough position, you can really rack up. Like if you make 0.3 profit and you bought 6, that's almost 2 Sol, right? And if you keep it in Sol and you're bullish on Sol, that could be a lot of money in a year. You know, just like building up that Sol bag.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like I always say it, I'm bullish on Solana as a token. That's my big goal here is just to continue to accumulate Sol. So if I can make those trades add up, I'm all for it. And this is exactly what we like. The sales are still kicking for those Dolphins. Listings going down. Old Souls in the area now, which we like to see. This is good volume. Like I said, it's not a floor sweep pump. They're basically betting on a new team. So that's what I like to trade. Yeah, I think we got some good buys today. I'm pretty happy with what we've done. Let me take a look here. I'm sitting at just under 3 Sol, so we deployed about 5. What did I even buy? Oh, I bought that token too. That was the thing. I was trying to figure out where 3 Sol went. I was like, where did that go? But just remembered I got that famous Fox token. So let's see how that's doing here too before we hang it up, I guess. They're at 3, so I'm not mad. Hanging up
Very
for the
nice.
day.
All
Yeah,
right.
so
Well,
I'm hanging
hey,
out on that.
appreciate everybody sticking with us through the rug. And sorry we couldn't see your comments for the second half of the show. As usual, follow Easy Eats Bodega. He misspelled his own Twitter name. He wrote Easy Eats Bodega, but it's actually Easy Eats Bodega. And he's tweeting about this stuff, tweeting about his challenges that he puts on himself all the time that he just crushes. And make sure that you sign up for FTX with our link. We really appreciate that. And it'll put you in a spot to operate on a gasless platform. If enough people sign up with our link and make a transaction, whether it's an NFT trade or a crypto trade, then we may be in a spot to have SBF on the show, which would be a really cool interview. So we really appreciate if you did that. FTX has had some dope drops like the Stephen Curry drop, the Coachella drop, and more. So that's thenifty.com/FTX. And I'm going to make sure that there's a pinned comment for it too. We appreciate you guys watching as usual. Great stream, Easy.